that we should consider the FNG detectors is about and around the pumps, because, as we said, anywhere that a different pressure is produced, we should be aware about possible leak. Okay? So around the pumps, same as compressors, we should consider FNG detectors. And for intake of fresh air, we have intake of fresh air for HVAC systems and of course for gas turbines. Okay? In most of the cases we can see the flammable gas detectors at the air intake. And you have air intake for air compressors. That's why you said that we are going to install gas detectors. We don't want the flammable gas to be compressed, because when it is compressed, it can produce fire more easily than normal condition. For all critical internal combustion prime movers, it again means for internal of, for example, the blower of the boiler, the air intake for HVAC system, and the air intake for gas turbines. These are the possible locations that you can find a lot of different types of detectors. The battery room or UPS room, this is very important that you should know that in battery room, besides combustible and flammable gases, we should be worried about hydrogen, because in most of the batteries they use hydrogen. So sometimes you can find hydrogen gas detectors in battery room. I'm not sure if in your project the responsibility to checking the battery room is with operation department or electrical department. But all the equipments which are available in the site, you are the responsible in total, even if it's not the process equipment like battery room. This is an electrical one, but you should know and you should have enough information about it to take care of yourself. And petroleum drilling is a very dangerous situation. Do you have any experience in drilling section? In most of the cases, you can find process engineers even there, okay? And you should be aware about the leakage of H2S, because at the drilling, you are going to drill the gas reservoir rock. And in most of the cases, the highest amount of H2S is at the reservoir, because there is no treatment there. So the toxic gas leak can happen during the drilling, and you should be aware about it. And sometimes we should consider possible hydrocarbon liquids. We said that we consider gas detectors all around the places that the pressure is going to be changed, okay? But just pressure is not the main variable. Sometimes changing the temperature will lead to potential leak point. Suppose a cryogenic process, okay? We are going to decrease the temperature to different amounts under zero, for example, minus 30, minus 90, and at these points you should be aware about leak too, because coldness can destroy the gaskets. Do you know what is gasket? So you should be aware when any flange is available in a cryogenic process, the possibility of gas leakage is too much. That's why in cryogenic process you can find a lot of different type of gas detectors. And some process equipments are very sensitive for changing and stopping the unit. Like a reaction furnace. A reaction furnace will receive the gas continuously as the fuel, okay? And the temperature of the furnace, in most of the cases, is about 1000 degrees of Celsius. Even if a leak happens, I cannot stop it immediately, okay? The other important location you guys should be aware about leakage and should know that you cannot stop it immediately is reaction furnace and either the heater furnace that you have. If a leakage happens around it, you cannot cool it down and using the fire water to cool down the fire immediately. Because the change in temperature, the sudden change in temperature will lead into some more disaster. That's why we are more careful about leakage all around these type of equipments. As you can see in your real site, you can find more number of gas detectors around the furnace. That's why we are worried about the possibility of leakage. If leakage happens in these equipments, it's more hard to control the situation. That's why we try to install more gas detectors around them and to be sure that we will understand the leakage as soon as possible to have enough time for controlling the equipment and the process.